Jesus is the good shepherd who leads, guides, and protects his sheep. Yet when he looks at the 7 billion people on the earth, with 29% of those never knowing the name of Jesus, he has compassion on them. Matthew chapter 9 says that Jesus saw the masses and had gut-wrenching compassion as he wanted to gather them to himself. He said, pray for laborers to go out into the harvest field. The Apostle Paul answered that call when he came up with the 2-2-2 principle, which comes from 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. It says, Paul's talking to Timothy, the things you have heard me say, entrust to reliable people who will be able to teach others. That's 4 generations of multiplied leadership, shepherds who can serve the sheep. That's what we do at 1040 Connections. We develop leaders who develop leaders who develop leaders, hopefully for multiple generations that multiply on out. I'll tell you a couple quick stories. There was a woman some years back who became a follower of Jesus. Her husband was not, very opposed to it. In fact, one day after she came back from the village of planting the church, he took an axe and came at her, and as he raised it over his head, she cried out, Jesus, remember your daughter. Guess what happened? The axe head broke off. He was so mad, he took the handle, raised it over his head, and she said, Jesus, remember your daughter. And the axe handle broke off. He was so mad that he took his fist and hit her in the face as she cried out, Jesus, remember your daughter. Guess what happened? His fist broke. Soon after that, this man came to his senses and also began to follow Jesus. And now both husband and wife traveled together to plant churches together. 1040 Connections also helps supply motorcycles for certain couples who go out and team teach, team plant. And so in this way, we develop leaders who multiply leaders who multiply leaders. So if you have a desire to spread joy this Christmas by developing leaders, then join with us as we develop disciples who develop leaders who multiply churches that multiply movements.